رسول كريم انظر حالنا واشغالنا وعبدوني بمددكم ونظركم مدد يا سيدي يا سلطان الأولياء مع شيخ عبد الفيز الداغستاني شيخ محمد نازمية الحقاني مولانا شيخ هشام قباني شيخ عدنان قباني عبدوني بمددكم ونظركم إن شاء الله تعالى هذا المجلس والمسجد إن شاء الله عز وجل. Bless us and dress us, forgive us. And then ana abdukal ajeez, a da'if, a miskeen, a zalim, a jahal. And always a reminder from myself that to be nothing and to enter into Allah's oceans of rahmah. That Allah dress us and bless us. And ati Allah ati ya RasulAllah amri minkum. From Mawlana Shaykh's teaching, always reminder from myself that alhamdulillah we are in the lands of da'wah and the lands of Islam, in which Islam is the main religion of that land, has different tajalli. And in the nations of da'wah and the lands of da'wah in which you are under a different religion, and the coordinates that coming from Prophet from Mawlana Shaykh is going to be different. So each region will be different and each understanding will be different. And in the lands of da'wah is a tremendous responsibility to represent Sayyidina Muhammad with love, be ambassadors of love, representing Allah ati Allah ati ya Rasul ulul amri minkum, by representing Allah from the oceans of love, an ambassador of love, an ambassador of good manners and respect, representing Prophet with the same, representing the ulul am with the same. Then they come into our lives and remind us that everything has a test within it and a reality within it. That for these schools there is nothing that is done randomly. You go somewhere and they have an event, they put out food, they host people and they send you off. And their focus may be the event or whatever the focus is, but in the schools of tarbiyah they're reminding us that we want to achieve a darajat in every action. In every action there must be a hikmah and a wisdom in which the student can achieve a degree and recognized by Allah, recognized by Sayyidina Muhammad, recognized by awliyaullah. And they come and they begin to teach that if you look at the food and the way that you serve food, everything that we display is out of love. Means that how to convey, when you take the responsibility of hosting an event, you're hosting on behalf of Allah. That's not something small. And they want to destroy hypocrisy, which is a dual standard within people's lives, that they treat themselves the best and everything that they do for Allah is the worst. Astaghfirullah. They may not even see it as that, because we live within the oceans of hypocrisy. That for our own personal events we make them huge, ornate, very beautiful, because we want people to recognize a status, a wealth, an image. And for when it comes to Allah throw it in a bunch of plastic bowls like a trough for cows that are coming and give them to eat, who cares? We don't care who they are. Maybe they're not of any status that is of any importance for that person, but that's not the way. That's not going to have a benefit for the people nor for the community in any darajat and in an understanding. So the schools of tarbiyah come into our lives and begin to teach, no, you are Allah's servant and qadim, you are a servant for Allah. Allah is hosting this zikr. Prophet is hosting this zikr and this mahfil. As you want done for yourself, you do for your brother, and you host it better than you host your own dinner at home. Put the best of what you have, put the best of service of what you have. If you go downstairs it's like a 5-star hotel. Why? To show that we care for you, you are special for us. because Allah sent you. And we are trying to show ourselves as thankful servants of Allah. Ya Rabbi, you are the host, you are the one sending the guest. I'm merely here to serve them. قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي وَنُسُكِي وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. That my whole being, my life, my prayers, my wealth, my family, my possession is all for you, Ya Rabbi. To be of service to you, to do the best that I can do. And that's why then the turuqs come into our life in different regions. In this region of da'wah, the responsibility is to show the azimat of Allah, Allah's greatness, magnificence, the beauty, the power, the wealth of Sayyidina Muhammad, so that when people come they say, wow, that's so beautiful. Then why does it look like that? Well, because we love Allah. We're not maybe not wealthy, but we can put the best of what we have and present it in the best possible presentation. That every guest is important to us, Ya Rabbi, are sending them. What do you think then Allah to host you on the table of Prophet? Will you be hosted like a cow in a trough where they just throw something and say, eat from there and get out? Allah said, oh your life you did your best for me, wait what I have in store for you. What table I'm going to put you on and to give you, to dress you from, to feed you from. Means as you are doing in life they want us to understand it shall be done back to you. The standard in which you raise it for Allah as if like competing with Allah. Astaghfirullah, there's no competition, but competition in religion Prophet allowed. That, Ya Rabbi, I'm trying to compete and show my love. He says, your love will never match my love, but keep going because every action of love will be rewarded. You put the best of what you have, you put the best of your carpets for the people to pray on. You perfume your carpets. People come and say, why there's a fragrance on your carpets when I make sajda, and I go somewhere else and it smells like biryani. But because why? They don't care. It's a house of Allah. It's a masala and a place of which Allah is sending people to gather and to praise His Divinely names and praise upon Sayyidina Muhammad, and malaika are coming. You don't think for that honoured association and those honoured guests you should be fragrancing and perfuming everything? Because this is a heart that can see, these are hearts that can feel, these are hearts that are alive. But they go other places, they don't understand that and they don't see that. But the da'wah is not only for people who don't believe but for the believers. That these associations are a da'wah for wherever they go and they begin to raise the standard of everything in their community. Don't just advertise a mahfil as if it's you're selling cars, because even they advertise their cars in better design. Put the best of what you have as a design. Allah says, wear the best of what you have and come to salah. Everything is an act of worshipness. Put your best designs out to show the love and the greatness, because so many people looking at and saying, wow, mashaAllah, how beautiful. And that is the responsibility of the ambassadors of love. That anytime you host the best of what you have. If you don't have, then do the best of what you have. But these are for the people who have and they don't do the best for Allah but they do the best for themselves. When you have an association, hold it at the best possible locations, so that when you want to go and have an event for your family and for your personal, at least you set the standard with Allah. Ya Rabbi, for you I did my best that I can. I'm showing the best possible that of what I have, and you begin to raise the level of respect and love. That the people come and they understand it's not just a simple gathering, this is a very holy association. They respect because you respect it, because you're showing the ihtiram and the level of tashrif and understanding. You hold it to such a high standard that people come and see it and they begin to understand this must be a holy association. Even when you go out you bring all your amazing chafing dishes. Aaron sets up a complete restaurant at the events, to show them. This is all da'wah. This is the da'wah of tariqah. It's not that Shaykh speaking is the only da'wah. Everything the students are doing, the Shaykh is doing, we're all at the same level doing da'wah. Every movement you're going, you're an ambassador of love, that look how they do for this. Why do they do that? They came and said, oh is Aaron a professional catering company, can we hire him? So he manages his entire computer division for his company. But you see him like he's professional because he's doing it out of love. And his love makes him seem like that's his business. This is our business, this is the business of love for Allah and love of Sayyidina Muhammad. Everyone here is a professional within their field, but their training is to do everything out of love for Prophet. So wherever they go they are ambassadors of love. If they can serve the food like this and they can bring restaurant style foods, 5 different dishes, $1,000 worth of food at our events. If you were to go to a restaurant and bring catering for that many people, is how much they were charging us, $15 per person for 300 people. We served 300 people on the last mahfil, upstairs and downstairs. Thousands of dollars, and you do it for the love of Allah. That's not big in Prophet's eye, that you're raising the level of respect for people. For me, it's not that you just come and you recite a few not, you go and give everybody nothing, but treat them all like they're kings and queens, because they're guests of Allah, and you be dressed and you blessed means everything you do you're being dressed. There's a hikmah and a wisdom within it. These are the events. Now what? We begin to look to ourselves again, because people come from different regions and different understandings. In these lands of da'wah, then you are yourself the best billboard for Prophet. As a result of that, everything you do, the way in which you conduct yourself is being observed. Whether you get the reward of it or you didn't get the reward of it, but they inspire within our lives, get the reward of it. Do something that will bring a happiness to Prophet, that when he looks at you, you are an ambassador of love. Wherever you go, represent that reality to the best that you can. That's why Mawlana Shaykh was teaching in these areas. If you're going to wear the sunnah, has to be the best possible sunnah that you can find. Don't wear anything that's not correct. Try to represent the sunnah of Sayyidina Muhammad to the best of your abilities. They taught us, and I've spoke many times before about that in business school, that as soon as you're in business school and they teach you for a job interview and for work, that how to pass a job interview, that for a business degree and you're coming out to get some work, the first thing the person is going to do in the interview is going to size you up, because they understand that your suit and these images that you have above, you may be trying to fool that person. So you spend some money on the suit. Immediately what do? They look at your shoes. They look at your shoes. They say, the suit you probably tried to fool us by buying a nice suit. But if the person really cares, they would be wearing nice shoes, clean socks, matching, even nicely designed. Why? Because it holds the reality of who you are. The suit you may be wearing it to fool us. The socks and the shoes, that's you, that's your character. Means there was a big statement in business school. Means if they want to hire you for a complete package of understanding, they don't want to be fooled by a facade. But if it's really you and your character cares about that look, you care to the smallest detail, that those shoes better be shined, my socks better be super nice, even elegant, so that the whole package looks like it cares. What then you think about Prophet? Who's inspiring these respects? These are from Allah, Divinely respect. In these lands, so don't come back and say, oh the Qareeb of the mountains in Pakistan and India, they didn't have shoes. That's something different. That was a different reality for those the regions of the faqir, and they walk the mountains with no shoes. That's something different. You're in the lands of da'wah, that everything that you're being observed, people are observing you, making judgments based on what they see, and they may not ever even talk to you. But what you do and how you carry yourself is a tremendous da'wah. Da'wah in which they look at you and say, especially if they're seeing people of the beards and the turbans, that these are Muhammadan. Not Taliban and crazy people, these people, especially from Naqshbandiyya, they are Muhammadans. They carry themselves very majestically. Their clothes are very beautiful clothes, elegant clothes, beautifully nicely pressed and clean clothes. If they wear a turban, it should be correctly wrapped. They should fragrance themselves with fragrances that are appealing. So people go and say, yeah, when you walk by, Shaykh is like a flower garden. We can tell that if you walked in this hallway or you walked into this building, that we can smell that you've been passing. But this is da'wah. These were all the things that Prophet loved. He said, I love perfume, Allah made it dear for me. Why? To represent cleanliness which is close to godliness. But all of that is being observed by Prophet. If you claim that, no, I clean the inside and I don't care for the outside, say if you don't take the time to clean your outside, are you kidding me by saying you're cleaning the inside of you, which is 1,000 times more difficult? Because everything can be observed by the eye, doesn't need even spiritual firasat to go into the heart. They want us to understand that this life of ours, everything is important. You didn't buy one sunnah suit and wear it for 15 years and that's the only thing you'll ever spend on the sunnah of Prophet. But for your going out and luxury and spend every type of outfit, 10 different type of jackets, 10 different types of shoes, dress shoes for work. No, you spend your life on making your sunnah clothes, spend your money on your sunnah clothes, spend in the way and the love of Prophet. So I don't have it, oh we all have it. You find a tailor and you make it, and you make beautiful clothes, so that you are carrying the banner and the sunnah of Prophet with such a high respect and high love. And that they take for granted back home because everybody has that. But here, this is the land of da'wah, they don't have that. So it means the shoes, nicest shoes, polished shoes, clean shoes, so that when they look at you they understand, just like in business school, that if you took the time to take care of your outside, they can look to your shoes and say, why your shoes are not in good order, why they're not clean, why they're not top notch. If you care to that degree, then it's clear that you're going to be caring for the inside, because these are ahlul dhikr and the people of zikrullah. Means then in our lives everything is a way in which to achieve a recognition from Prophet. Means we're asking for the nazar of Prophet, we're asking to be recognized, and they begin to inspire within our lives. Yes, as soon as you get a nice paycheck, go get some sunnah outfits and get nice outfits, so that you say, Ya Sayyidi Ya Rasulullah, you are supreme in my life, everything from you. If you give me more rizq, I can do more in your way, I can do all these great things. Not that only whatever comes I go and spend only upon myself, and I have one star, people probably have one sunnah suit for 25 years and that's the only suit they'll ever make out of the sunnah of Prophet. Can't be like that. Our love is for Prophet. Our way is to hold the flag of Sayyidina Muhammad, to be the best of ambassadors, to have the best wrapped turbans, the best looking clothes, nicest and shiniest shoes, fragrance with attars and perfume, so that when they see that Muhammadan they have a love and a respect for Prophet, and they say, you look very majestic. Means in our body is the tashrif, in our associations is the way of tashrif, everything about our life is a way in which to get Prophet's attention. We pray that in the opening of this holy month of Ramadan that Allah open for us from that love and from that reality, that to care about everything, and that everything we're doing is a da'wah for other people, for other Muslims, for ourselves, and that Allah be rida with that, Prophet be happy with that, and that awliya Allah's nazar be upon that and raise and bless us inshaAllah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
سيدنا النبي سيدنا النبي سيدنا النبي سيدنا النبي